Okay, so I'm here with Louis DeHope. He is the vice president of the fly fishing club here at UA, and I just wanted to ask him a few questions about the hobby of fly fishing. So I want to start with what's the major difference between fly fishing and conventional spin fishing?
Well, it's pretty complicated. Um, the main thing is in conventional fishing, the weight is in the lure, and in fly fishing, you're fishing with a synthetic material fly with the weight in the line. But in general, there's a lot more to it than that. A lot of times, fly fishing is more complicated as far as things go. Usually, you're doing a lot of stuff in the streams. You're trying to read the stream, figure out the currents, where the fish are going to be, what depth. A lot of spin fishing is just kind of cast out, reel it in, and hope something good happens. It's tough to fully get the picture until you start doing them. Fly fishing is not really hard, but there is a little more to it. There's a little more of a learning curve to get there. So doing stuff like that, having stuff like the Alabama Fly Fishing Club is helpful to get people into it. You know, teach them the basics from people that have a little more experience. Most people, once they go to fly fishing from spin fishing, never go back because it's a lot more enjoyable. If you don't catch any fish, at least you're doing something all day instead of just throwing it out and reeling it back in. So that's about what I tell new people coming into it.
Very good. What kind of sparked your interest of fly fishing?
Well, kind of building off the end of that last question, I'd always been a conventional fisherman my whole life, and I met with some of the guys from the fly fishing club here, and they seemed like pretty cool people, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And once I started doing it, I figured out it wasn't as hard as I ever thought it was, and it was a lot more fun. I could go out when I first fishing trip to North Georgia and catch a single thing, but I had more fun than I ever had spin fishing just because I was doing something and thinking the whole time. It was more of a challenge. And after that, I was hooked and never looked back.
What's your favorite place to go fly fishing?
Uh, Around here, I like the Smokies a lot in the south. I was over in Montana last August. That one is probably my favorite place that I've ever been. That's kind of the holy ground for fly fishermen, at least in the States. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was there for about 7 days, and that wasn't near long enough. I could spend 3 months probably in Montana. So a place like that would be my all-time favorite so far.
And going off your favorite place to fish, what would be your dream location for a fly fishing trip?
There's a lot of cool places around. New Zealand would be a good one. There is all kinds of cool stuff there. Big fish, lots of fish, pure untouched wilderness. We don't have much of that in the states anymore. With it, we have national parks, but we don't have quite anything that New Zealand has to offer. So someday I'd like to get over there. It's quite a long flight away, but it'd be worth it.
Speaking a little bit about the club, how long have y'all been around at the University of Alabama?
This is the third year. I believe it was 1 year before I got here. So yeah, been doing all right since 2012.
Very good. And when and where do y'all meet?
Every other Sunday in AIM 213.
So you're the vice president of the club right now. How do you see the club progressing in the future?
Well, with anything, you always hope you can keep growing. I've only been around for 3 years, so it's still pretty new. Each year we seem to get a little bit more. It's tough to get some of these spin fishers that we have in Alabama. Obviously, there's lots of those best bass fishing in the world probably here. So you get a lot of people who do that. It's just a matter of get on board day and stuff, getting people interested in fly fishing, getting them out there trying to cast a rod and see how they like it. We fly fish for bass and stuff too, but most people just don't think of that when they think fly fishing. They think about Montana and a trout stream, which is great, but we obviously don't have access to that. So the more we can get the word out, I think the more we can grow and hopefully keep going on the right track here to get better as a club.
Well, very good. I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.